and the weight that costs.
Okay.
And then I keep a total of the weight at the bottom of it saying, this weight of 500.
Oh, okay.
That's a pretty good track. I don't think I've went an intro with that one before. Hello.
Yeah.
And welcome.
Hey, everybody.
But we're talking about terminal velocity and how fast a Minotaur can fall, and how much weight can a bag of holding take before it explodes?
And if a Minotaur falls horns down, does it stick?
Yeah, just
Does
down.
anybody hear?
Singular?
It's like one of those little door stoppers that like you get like at house. You just fling it. It just...
That's where we're at tonight, folks.
you just got to make sure to land on the one horn and not the broken one.
Yeah. It's going to be like an event when you fix that, if you fix it.
I'm thinking about fixing it, but making it metal. It'll just be a metal.
Just say a metal one, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It has to have like a knife or something that can pop out. So
that'd be awesome
improvised
too.
weapon.
Yeah. Oh, we'll artificer that thing up.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking Project 37 here. Like in the beginning when I was working with Blaylock, like very early in the campaign, like he had all these little ideas and we named them just project names, and we would work on those. And I miss those. We got to get back to. I think the staff kind of took away from that kind of stuff, but we'll get back.
Now the books overcome the staff.
We love
the
children love the books.
That's just one book. I have like 3.
What is that from?
Elf.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I hear it a lot from my kids. My middle one especially is. She always says it. So, welcome tonight. What are we? Yeah, episode 63. It's a lot. We appreciate everyone stopping by. Don't forget, as you hang out, you accrue coins, the 70 dungeon coins, and you can use those to affect the gameplay. So keep us on there. We have everyone with us tonight. Blaylock and Arlo and Galtier and Zoramir and Grayson, who has fantastic internet tonight, right?
Fingers crossed.
What was that? You broke
Seems
up.
to be so.
Don't let Zoramir out of the game and into real life.
Grayson comes in. The first thing he does is pulls down Zoramir's cloak.
So we're happy to have you back with us. We are going to get into whatever happens tonight. As we move forward, I don't have anything. I don't think anyone else has anything. We don't have any giveaways or anything like that going on. We should do that. We should get some dice, give away some dice.
I'll take some dice.
Something. Yeah. So would Arlo. I'll take some dice. Yeah, we'll 3D print some personal dice now. I don't think those roll very well.
Let's spend the next hour talking about the differences between metal dice and plastic dice.
I love metal dice.
Mm-hmm.
Stone, yeah, the stone ones.
I have some stone dice.
Ooh,
yeah, but stone tend to chip.
Yeah,
one of our.
As long as they chip in the right way, so you get 20s every time.
Yeah, one of our older friends from the last campaign spent a ton of money. Well, he wanted to pick the perfect set of stone dice, and
it's fair.
He ended up buying some, and I think he said they chipped.
Oh.
Well, even the the white stone ones from Critical Role, I heard they chipped on occasion.
Or have been doing good so far. Been playing with them a couple months.
That'd been funny if they just cracked in half right there.
Don't jinx it, man.
Especially with Zoramir rolling, he's got to roll 27 die every time. I mean, just
me personally, I think metal dice. I love metal dice. I love how heavy they are and the sound that they make when they roll. So that's especially when they roll in out natural 20s. All right.
As long as that's his rolling those.
I'm a fan of rolling a D1. There's nothing better than rolling a D1.
Me too, because it means I can roll again.
Yeah, you just flip it, and then it just fades into obscurity.
All right. Well, let's get started tonight. Let's get a little bit of music tuned in.
Oh, forgot.
Yeah.
How was the rolls tonight? Did you roll those 20s out?
I didn't get any 20s.
You gotta get them demons out.
Get them out.
Not tonight. All right. Where we left off. Gotta remember where we left off. Blaylock had an interesting dream where his mother spoke to him and gave him the advice to leave. In a panicked state, he pulled Zoramir to the side and was ready to head in any direction but toward Breckensfjord. The party convinced them to continue moving into the safety of the city, where they informed the workers at the museum of Hamish's death. Upon visiting some of the other groups in the city, they met with the king, who, after learning of the name Broman Karth, took them to a room and removed a hidden book from a panel and read to them the stories of history that he believed were fairy tales to an extent. From there, the party left and acquired back at the inn, where they sit around a table, with a glass of ale, as night sets in Breckensfjord. What do you guys want to do?
Are we all here?
Yep.
We have a lot of information that we need to go through before we make our next decision.
To clear my mind on this, what has transpired these past 2 days.
You need to bring me up to speed. What happened? I wasn't there. Sounds like this king was surprisingly friendly to all of you.
Not so much friendly at first, but after we explained some things, there was not much he can do but to listen out our story. That is why we were able to get the pardon for you.
Judging by that pardon itself, you presented some irrefutable evidence to him.
Yes. The note that we found on Hamish. And the fact that our friend Blaylock here has informed him that all of his artifacts are fraud.
It was critical to exposing the fraud that Hamish was.
You should have seen the look on the king's face. Zoramir, it was priceless.
There to see it. That evil man.
Well, I don't know. If I was putting out coin and finding out it was all for fraud, not sure I'd be in the happiest of places either.
Oh, I'm sure he has ways of reclaiming what he believes he is owed.
Well, hopefully there are some sort of records of what Hamish actually did with this Hopefully we will have a chance to take a look at it as well.
Now that they are aware of the fraud, they will be more keen to observe any possible mistakes in what they had once assumed were artifacts of history.
Did he say he was going to get the armor, to send somebody to go get that armor?
He did not say.
Okay.
No, he didn't say.
Sure. Like I said, my internet was bad last week, so I got some of it, not all of it.
Mm-hmm. No. And if he does, yeah.
The main thing that was going to happen was he was arresting everyone who worked at the art museum.
Yes, that organization is out of business for now. The Smashers took a huge hit with their loss.
Do you think that's where we should go tomorrow, is the museum, and check those books out?
I think the king would be the one that would have the material brought to him. If he's going to send everybody, or somebody to go arrest everybody and collect evidence, I'm not sure it would be left at the museum.
Good point.
I do say we need to stick around here for a short period of time. Maybe do some investigating of what happened to Dunga. Somebody here had to have seen him leave. Blaylock, you still have some book reading to do.
I have
Might be
much to catch up on.
Easy to do it here without distractions.
True. Yes.
I am
Much.
sure that everybody has something to do.
Who has the book with the lock on it?
You do.
Do I have the book
Yep.
with the lock on it? I don't think so.
Oh, I'm
It was
pretty
either
sure
you
you
or
do, Arlo.
Somebody brings
Oh,
out the
you're right.
logbook.
You're right. I do have the book. I apologize.
I've got a book called Lost Magics of the Land, Constructing the Construct, and the Tome That Never Ends, also called The History of Drakenwald. I say that in jest, because our poor DM went through a lot of effort to put that together, and it's quite
It's
good.
fine. It's fine.
Yes. Arlo, I think we need to do some reading together, and it's possible we may have uncovered the key to that book in your possession.
I got a good feel about it, because when you pick the book up and you shake it, there's something in it. So I think it should probably.
We can't hear you.
Yeah, can you adjust your mic or something?
No, it's his connection. I got a majority of that. Yes, we should look into this, but probably in private.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
I'm unsure what may happen once we open it, but we don't have a safe location other than our rooms here, which, by the way, I don't believe we have purchased. There could be no rooms available at this time.
Just have to go get that ring off of Hisk then.
Good luck with that.
That's what I was thinking.
He likes me. I think he might let me borrow it.
I think he might shoot you on sight.
And
I
not
give
think twice.
Blaylock a sour look.
You have not been shy about eyeing that ring.
You have to admire my self-restraint in not cutting it right off his finger, though.
Yes, he was also
think
our
we
guide.
have-
That's self-preservation, Zoramir.
Wasn't he also alive and you only cut fingers off of the things you kill?
No.
Usually.
I think we need to get back on track.
Yes.
We need
That
to.
ring is not our concern.
We
What
need
our
to
next
figure out a
steps
way
are.
to warn Portstown to be wary and cautious of strangers. If what we were told was true and Cape's vassal has been attacked, then our friends back in Portstown need to be warned. We also need to inform the head of Fort Timorous that our sea-wary friend is not as trustworthy as some of you had thought. Unfortunately, it seems we have put some things in motion that will not turn out so well.
I am not sure entirely of what you speak of, things we've set in motion, but...
Well, according to your lore that you've been reading, we released a wannabe god.
We were aware of his desire for deity.
We were also just made aware from your reading that he was trapped there for a reason.
We don't know the intent of his...
No, we do not.
Captivity.
But if it was enough for them to do this to trap him in the first place, letting him go free like he is now, and our dear departed friend Nemoria started getting people to follow him.
I am hesitant to ascribe ill motives on someone. However, this information is useful, but at the time, he was not perceived by at least us at the time to be someone that is troublesome.
I believe I warned all of you.
You
numerous
warned
times.
us about if a squirrel walks across the road, you're warning us that it's ill tidings and that it will turn into a demon and we should be on guard.
Yes, but we haven't found any evidence like we have of this, where
True.
we know he was trapped for a reason.
I love how hindsight always gives us puts us on the pedestal of declaring we were right all the time, Grayson.
Say what you will, but I was right.
Fair enough.
I
More on the
agree.
priority
I
list.
drink a lot. I agree. I am unagreeable.
We
A
know that.
lot.
We know that.
You know nothing, Arlo. You weren't even with us.
No, I'm looking at you now.
Then you should be worried.
I do not know this person that you speak of.
So you just found out that we released an entity onto the world that was trapped in a buried temple. Do you feel that I am out of place, out of sorts for worrying about this?
No, no, not at all.
Grayson, the entity in question was seeking purple pants. How is one to ascribe these misgivings to someone who wants something so mundane? He really just wanted to be left alone And the people at Fort Tenebris were the ones who were at fault and paid the price for it.
I do not agree with you, Blaylock, but that's neither here nor there. Matter
Whenever you
of
put up
fact,
that DM, whenever you put up that screen, I start to worry. I'm like,
Our door gets
what
kicked in.
Target
like,
that
roll for
twitch.
initiative.
So where is this on the priority list? This
There's
god.
I
that
think
you
a
speak
warning
of.
should be made. Since when we left there, he had established a portal to his temple right outside the door. But again, we helped set Portstown on the right track, and we now have information that it could be under attack. Again, maybe a warning should be sent. We need to start being proactive. Currently, we are just going from town to town. Those books have given us more information in the past month that you've read it than us walking around for 2 months.
Mind you, Mr. Hindsight is 2020.
I'm not arguing with you, Blaylock. I'm stating truths.
We were not wandering aimlessly from town to town. We had a goal to find the shards, but now there are many options available to us that were not available and present at the time.
What is most impactful for us? Is it to
Oh.
finish finding the pieces of the shard and use its powers, or is there any point in going to these towns to undeniably encounter some force that we might not be able to handle, or should we just go straight for this tower?
Well, when we left Portstown, the church was investigating the Black Tower that we had left unclaimed.
Age Tower, not the Black Tower.
That's the different tower.
It was it was still whatever. It was a Black
Tower.
Tower.
It's not the Black Tower, though.
Yeah.
We already know that it was owned by one of these cultists. Maybe they have figured something else out that we didn't before we left.
I think that's a bit of a logic jump to say any cultist on this diverse island is linked to Broman.
They're looking for the shards. You found this map with locations of the shards in his tower.
That's not a good sign.
Is it just me, or am I the only one thinking here? 1 + 1 = 2. Zoramir.
Yeah, we found that map in the tower.
The dead tree. We found remnants of the cult there as well. Maybe reaching out to the elves again, seeing if they've found anything since they've returned that maybe we did not see. We already know that they are looking for the sword pieces as well. Now is a race to see who gets the most.
Is it enough that we just hold on to what we have and make the focus these other matters not surrounding the shard? Roman Karth can't put the weapon together without the shards that we already have.
Well, you have said that one of your friends was keeping the shard safe.
Yes.
He has now put himself in great harm if they find out that that's where it's at. We've already heard the
Nope.
Cape's vessel's been attacked. We know that that's where one of the pieces were.
Who would know of an obscure person, of an obscure group of people in an obscure part of this island would have such an item?
I don't know, Blaylock.
Hmm.
We've heard how scared people are of Broman.
Hmm.
What makes you think he doesn't know?
Hmm.
Why would you even take that chance?
Then Scar is in great danger.
They already knew that one of the pieces was a Cape's vessel. Who would have told them that?
What
And
you
here's a
say,
thought. The person that started you on this quest to begin with obviously wasn't very forthcoming with any information. These are things we have to look at seriously.
I am gravely concerned about Scar. This strikes true. He was able to seek me out. Who's to say he could not seek out Scar?
Has anybody else in your party ever had some voice in their head?
Well,
Since you have started claiming these shard pieces, I have personally not had any contact of any sort other than my great ancestor who built the sword.
I am, with your permission, all of your permission, I am working on something to stop whoever is communicating with me from communicating with me. I am at the precipice of finishing this particular infusion so that I can stop anybody from communicating with me unless I allow it.
Well, you and I have had conversations.
Yes.
You told me that you gave Scar the shard because Broman Koth was speaking to you of bringing it to him.
Yes. But now we have in turn put him in danger. And if I now have the ability to withstand that influence, then we can retrieve it.
I would feel safer with all the pieces being with us. As it is my ancestral weapon, I do believe that we should try putting it back together. We already know where one of the forges were.
Roman, as bad as they ever say he is, you're going to need the sword. We're going to need everything we can.
Exactly, Arlo.
So
And as of right now, the only other place that we may know of a shard being is Castle Verminia. It is a place of snobbish, greedy people. I don't believe that will be an easy get. And then, of course, there's the missing king's grandfather, who was the last one here that had possession of it. I suggest there's got to be people here that remember him. Maybe adventured with him. We need to do some sort of investigation. But here is centralized. It's a port. If we need to get somewhere quickly, I suggest ships are the fastest means. But we should take some time now and make sure we have all of our information. At least going forward.
What if we were to split up?
Don't think that's a very good idea, Blaylock.
Time is waning. Risks must be taken, but that is a great risk, especially with no means to communicate with each other.
We've come close enough to dying altogether if we were split up in weaker, smaller groups. I don't
Well,
see
it would
that as
have to
being
be
a
a party of
positive.
3 to 2. But that, if we split one to go to Cape's Vassal and one to go to Portstown, it's obviously that you have friends in both. I can
I
communicate
do.
with Whisper through my sending stone. So that that clears one path of transportation.
This sending stone, how far will it communicate?
That was never discussed. Just the fact that if I spoke into it, she would get the message.
I still don't think it's a good idea to split up.
Just means we'll take longer to get the job done.
Agree.
But this is a group's decision.
I think if we don't dilly-dally, we just get to the point of what we need to do.
Well, unfortunately, we still need to finish with these books, learning from these books. I do not
Great.
suggest we just leave without finishing everything that we have here.
You did make 2 pounds of meat.
We still have work here to do. I agree, but I think people who need help and side quests and go and kill this monster because
What is a side quest?
but, you know, just
We lost him.
Well,
I hear now.
Yep.
I just think we need to.
Nope. It's as soon as you lean back, it's gone.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yes.
Wow, Houston, I have a problem. I just think we should help people very little. We should keep on task. We get sidetracked and we, time is of the essence.
Well, we're about equal distance, if memory recalls from that map we've seen.
you
To
know,
Ciderport or Portstown.
we're not far from Lake Starshine.
Why do we need to go to later?
Lake Starshine, just south of us, is where the tower is
And
located.
why would we go to the tower unprepared?
To gauge what we're up against.
I do not think that is a wise decision.
Keep hearing that name, Starshine. It's when this is not a common name. We have the Starshine. It was once called the Shining Tower. We also know where this tower is located. It's right here. My mother could be right south of us.
So shall my family. But I still don't agree that this is the right time to go.
We could very well be dancing around this tower, not realizing that just an assault on the tower may be all that we need to free those we love.
And you believe that the 5 of us can take on this tower that killed so many? Think about it, Blaylock.
How much do you guys actually know about this tower before you go making plans to attack it?
Not much.
Other than it's known to be cursed by those around it, that Broman made a deal with the Black Dragon Quelladon and rode him into the Shining Tower called Starshine, if I remember correctly. But that is all I remember.
Well, we know that the knights want to resurrect one dragon. We know that they've got another dragon on their payroll.
You speak of Varsith, correct?
That is the red dragon that they want to bring back.
Yes. Starshine. Why does that name familiar? Wasn't that the name of that elvish woman we saw in Portstown with the missing children? It's right. She was putting up the flyers around town. I wonder if there's a connection.
Yes, she was. Her kids were missing. We found one of her children who had been turned into a werewolf.
Yes.
Why would you
I
think that
wonder-
has anything to do with the tower?
Well, the name is familiar. It could just be a name, or it could mean that maybe there is some significance to that family, which is why the child was singled out.
This seems like a very odd coincidence.
It could be coincidence.
Far-fetched to me.
There have been more far-fetched things that have happened, though.
That's true. Here we have a halfling who came from an island that has now been used as fodder. Sorry, Zoramir.
Thanks for the reminder, Blaylock.
Too soon, Blaylock. Too soon.
We're trying to come up with a tiebreaker between where we're supposed to go. Maybe this is just what we need to figure that out.
I'm all for spending some time preparing and getting the information we can from here. We may never return here, but the information we have may be extremely useful. The information we can gather would also be useful, and we still have no idea where the shard was that the king's grandfather.
This is why I suggested that we search around here, investigate, talk to some people that have been here for a long time.
How much time? We need
How
to
much
set
time do you
a
think-
time in which we should depart. Sitting
much
around
time do you
here
think
idly.
It's going to take you to read all that material.
DM, at the current pace, how much longer do you think it would take to read the rest
Couple
of
hours.
this book? Couple hours?
Mhm.
And then I've
Read it
got...
right now.
Yeah. Why are you
That's the only
dawdling,
book that
Blaylock?
has any information about anything that we're dealing with.
The
There's...
book the king has had information.
well, we don't have that book.
I know.
Plus the book that you have yet to unlock.
Yes.
Don't we unlock that?
You want to unlock it in the middle of a tavern?
No. Let's wait till we get to the room.
Speaking of rooms, innkeeper, What's our innkeeper's name?
What is your
Okay.
innkeeper's name?
I've looked it up, but it's not on the list, so I was kind of waiting.
Stagny
All right.
looks over at you with his massive
Stagny.
beard that hangs down well past his belly.
Hey, there's Stagny. We should probably update it and say that's the innkeeper.
There it is.
Isn't that the cozy beard?
Innkeeper.
No,
The
I
Cozy
passed him up.
Beard is the name of where you're at right now.
Oh, sorry.
Anonymous Rhino taped it in the wrong box.
I did.
Who's the anonymous koala?
Yeah. What can I get for you?
Me. We need some rooms. Do you have any available?
Yeah, with all the commotion, all the rooms are open. 5 silver a night per room.
How many guests can fit in a room?
What? I'm not.
Don't be
What?
cheap.
I'll take a room myself.
I would say
Nope.
probably a couple nights. Stagny.
Do we get a group discount?
No. All right, that's one room. Anyone else?
I'll take
I'll
a room.
I'll take one.
I'll also take my own room.
All right.
Uh, 4 nights, please, Stagny.
Oh. Yeah. All right. He takes your money and heads back behind the counter and grabs a few keys and comes out to the table and slides them over to each of you. They have numbers inscribed on them. 5 silver a night.
Okay. So Blaylock, you think we're going to be here more than a couple nights?
I'm putting a reservation for 4 nights here. Because
4
we
nights?
don't know how long this will take.
Portstown could be like Rumfeld by then.
Yes, this is true.
If the town is attacked, there's not much we can do about it. That's why I said we need to send warning. Even if we traveled, we wouldn't get there quick enough to stop or make a difference.
King is very adept at securing the town.
Plus, we need to do our own investigation here while Blaylock is reading.
Hmm.
If we know the types of things that Hamish was stealing and what they do, which is something else that we can talk to the king about. He was very forthcoming after he found out the truth. That might give us an inkling of what might be going on, or what we might be going up against. Especially if any of those artifacts were as powerful as that armor.
I'm still concerned about who that armor was for. I have an idea.
It was for Versith.
No, it was for a construct.
The armor was dragon armor.
That is what we were initially told. The armor was designed for someone larger, humanoid. I believe, if I have connected the dots correctly, it was for the creature being called Craft.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Oh, no, I'm the one who heard the conversation. You guys weren't
I
there.
thought you relayed that all to us.
You
Yeah, I
guys,
thought you,
y'all are getting it
Yeah,
wrong. They're
What?
bringing the armor to Craft, and Craft's slaves are getting it fitted for a summoning.
I'm very
Exactly.
confused.
That's okay, that's where I was going with it.
Okay.
The armor was for when they summoned Versith to make him more.
I think we were
DM,
assuming
stop
it was
naming characters after actions and verbs.
a.
So, the armor, not for the construct? The
think
construct will...
I think we assumed it was a construct.
So much.
In light
So
of this new
much not
information,
known.
They are trying to bring back the one dragon that it took forever to destroy. They found they had us find and bring back armor that they were working on to make a dragon near indestructible. Then, of course, there's the black dragon that was supposedly slain. Qualadon. Roman has quite the reach if he can deal with multicolored dragons, especially of the evil sort. That does not bode well with us either.
Yes. Though I'm not entirely clear on what would be deemed a good dragon. It seems to me from
We've
what
had this
I've heard-
conversation, Blaylock. I
Have we
told
met?
you the color spectrum. I told you what they were.
Unclear.
where does black lie on the good to bad? How far bad is black?
Bad.
Huh.
Evil bad.
Like really bad?
Arlo, you should be quite aware of this.
Yeah, he's
Since
really
they were
bad.
your ancestors.
Black's very, very bad. Evil bad.
Huh.
Wouldn't that make white good? But we clearly see that's not true.
I'm not sure. Mr. Grayson here seems to have is getting impatient with our lack of knowledge of dragons. Please regale us, Monster Hunter, of your knowledge of the dragons, the chromatic spectrum.
Have another ale.
If you listened the first time, I wouldn't have to.
I may have been distracted.
I'm sure you'll
Oh.
find a book somewhere.
I'll get back to you on that. Maybe I'll find some more information in this tome that will be a little bit easier to handle than your demeanor.
Goltier, is it just me, or is the tension pretty thick right now?
It's, you got a knife, we can cut it.
I apologize. I have been aching to work with Leo, but I am stuck reading this tome, which is of benefit to all of us. But in addition, I want to go to the museum, which is, if you'll remember, something I've been wanting to do since hearing of
And give me the
museum.
damn book. I'll read it,
No,
Blaylock.
I'll read the book.
Unfortunately,
I'm already
you-
this far. No, you can't even tell me what the chromatic dragons are and what their alignment is.
I have already spoken of this with you.
I will
He
read
was
the book.
distracted, remember?
I've gotten this far. I'll finish the tome. If you wish to come with me, then we can read it together. It'll
That's
be great.
fine. You do realize I have tons of book knowledge myself.
Good. I could use some of that knowledge. I can angrily read this book with you.
I'm just taking swigs out of my fucking drink.
I should say I've had dreams too.
Considering your family and my family are scattered throughout this entire tome.
Well, Blaylock, did you just not hear what Zoramir just said?
Yeah.
What?
You didn't
No.
hear that?
No.
Pay attention.
Dreams are you having, Zoramir?
He's kind of looking like bashfully down at the table. They've mostly stopped now. I haven't had one in a while.
Dreams.
You can't pay attention to what's happening at the table, Blaylock. What is going on with you? You are not the same Minotaur we spoke to when I was in Portstown.
Really? You knew me quite well in Portstown. I seem to remember you were just the town drunk.
Is that why you drink,
enough to
Grayson?
confide in me.
Hmm.
You trusted me enough to sign a contract with me.
That's true. Zoramir, how about those dreams?
Roman, I don't think Roman ever made an appearance in them. They were bizarre. Mostly about my brother. Been weird spots in the forest. My brother would be like I would think it was a creature, and I'd go up to it, and all of a sudden it would transform into my brother. It was weird dreams in the middle of forests and creepy spots. Like I said, I don't know if it's related to Broman, but figured it would probably come out at some point, so it's better to tell right now.
Have you had anything other than these dreams that you might want to tell us about?
No other voices.
Well, is anybody else having any dreams that they care to share at this time?
Are we having an intervention?
A dream mention?
Yeah. I have
Obviously,
not.
something is trying to interfere with what we're doing.
This is clear, which is why I must finish my work to stop the influence, at least on me. The voice that was similar to my mother's wanted me to leave, but what we have gained here instead is critical to our venture in completing the shard, the edge.
Blaylock, what are you trying to work on exactly?
What am I not working on?
Leo?
Yes, Leo. Leo, unfortunately, has been set aside. I am clearly under the influence or easily accessible to whatever is trying to stop us. I must stop it. Well,
Grayson gets up and goes to his room.
All right. Rest of you?
Blaylock, is there anything I can help on with you creating this? It seems to be like a major project.
Well, how well are you at reading?
I can read.
Hmm.
I'm not illiterate, that's for sure.
Well, I could use some assistance in my research. Yes, come with me. And then we'll go up to Stagny.
Yes.
Is there a private room that we can use for the time that is not so public as this common room?
Like the one you paid for?
I'm speaking more of a library or den of sorts.
Yeah. Got that corner over there.
Corner. Oh, well, I suppose. How many other people are in the room?
There's not many.
Oh, well, good. Well, I suppose this will work. Well, anyone who's interested, I'm going to take over that corner of the room until I'm too weary to rest.
Most people are going to be at the Pass a Mug, that tavern. This is the Cozy Beard, so it's much smaller.
Okay.
What do you want to do about the book, Blaylock?
Well,
I was going to suggest, Arlo, you and I can open that up while they're all off on their own.
Thinking we could do that.
This would be good.
Where's the key?
Laylock has the keys.
And I got the book.
Who has
Here.
the keys?
I am the key master.
I'm the gatekeeper.
Pulls out a janitor ring of keys.
I'll extend a hand to take the keys.
Yes. Please. Take these. I will be down here with G-Man.
If there's anything important in this book, we will come back to you.
Gothier, let's go.
Okay.
Man.
Well, Arlo, shall we also go to somewhere more private, perhaps one of the rooms that we did pay for?
Yeah, why don't we go to your room and let's do that in your room.
Where's your guys' room? So in case we hear screaming, we know where to run to.
Well, down the hall.
You'll be able to hear where it is if the screaming starts.
Yep.
We'll
Just follow
see
the
a blown up
scream.
roof.
All right. So, who's going where? You guys were all over the place there for a minute.
I'm going
Sorry.
to the corner.
We
I'm
split
going
the
to the
group.
corner with Caldeer. Yeah.
Okay, you and
So you might
Galtier.
have missed it. I'm going to Cape Spassel. And
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Yep.
And the other two, Grayson's by himself, and Arlo and Zoramir are going to the room to do what?
Open the book.
Open
Okay.
the book.
All right,
That's
so
what they call it nowadays.
yeah.
Put the key in the hole.
All right, so we'll go with Arlo and Zoramir. You
I'll
head
go
into the
first.
room.
Okay.
Yep. You head into the room. There's a small table in there. You set the book out.
I'm gonna lock the door behind us.
Okay. Arlo,
That's
you
not
see
suspicious.
Zoramir kind of look over and bring the lock down.
What do you
This
think's
is,
gonna be in here? Think this is gonna hurt us?
I don't know, but if we gotta leave, I hope we don't have to try to unlock the door to get out. I'll just throw you through the door.
I don't know if I have enough weight to break through the door. Figure it's best nobody stumbles on us while we're doing this. We don't need anybody getting into whatever might be in this business. Well,
All right. I'll pull the book out, set it on the table.
You set it down with a thud.
we just open it.
Well, you're the resident thief. I'll let you have the honors to try.
I'm not used to using these things, and I jangle the keys. All right, there goes nothing. I'm gonna put the key in. Wait to see if anything happens.
Okay, you fumble with it a bit and insert the key in. Nothing happens.
And I'm gonna glance, make eye contact with Arlo, and then start
Shrug.
turning it.
You turn. One of the straps opens.
Oh, looky there.
Are there multiple locks?
There's three
Three.
locks.
There's three
Okay.
locks on this.
Rinse and repeat for the other two straps.
Okay. Both pop open, and you can fold them back to where the book will open.
I'm going to take out my rapier, take a step back, and just kind of gently open it up.
All right.
You don't need to do that. I'll just slap his rapier away. I'll go and lift the cover of the book up.
Okay. You lift the cover up and begin to open it. As you do, a bright light whoosh, flashes through the room. I need you both to make an intelligence saving throw.
You disappear into a black hole.
Intelligence of all things.
A black hole book once.
Choose your destroyer.
13.
How do I have such a high intelligence saving throw? 20 dirty.
Okay. Arlo, you take 12 points of psychic damage. And Zoramir, you take 6. As both of you see a spirit-like entity rise from the book.
I don't like this.
And the ghost-like entity rushes out forward to you, and you both fall down and stumble back, and with that, it's gone. The book is open on the table, and you're both lying on the ground, looking at each other. Arlo has a trickle of blood running from his ear as you just look.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, I don't know, but holy crap! I thought we were dead.
Did I catch what the spirit looked like?
I mean, from what you saw, there was no discernible shape or face or anything that you could tell.
Its general shape, it wasn't. I couldn't tell if it was like a dragon or a human or something like that.
It was humanoid in some fashion. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, wow. You all right?
A little bit of a headache, but looking around the room, seeing if I see anything.
Yeah, my ears are ringing pretty good. Yeah, that was unexpected.
I think that was the worst of it. Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, let's trudge on. We'll go back to the book.
Gather myself up.
And as you slowly approach the book, page is opened. It's lying on the table. You look down and you see that in the center of the book, the pages have been cut out.
Mm-hmm.
And resting within the book looks like a blade guard for a sword.
Zoramir?
Is this a piece of the shard?
Does this look like part of the sword that you guys are looking for?
Do I recognize it as being similar to the other pieces we found?
Give me an intelligence check. Gotta test your memory.
5.
11?
Looks like a blade guard.
So yes, but Zoramir doesn't know. I don't know, it just looks like another piece of the sword. Why is this hidden in a book?
Exactly what I was thinking. I mean, this has got to be really important if they put it in a book that's cut out with the locks. I think we need to get Grumpy Grayson over here. Don't tell him I said that, but dude,
I would have used worse words. You put it nicely.
yeah. Blaylock, he's too unfocused right now.
He's preoccupied. I think we should find Grayson. He would want to know about this.
Do you want to stay here and I'll go get him? I don't think we should both leave the room.
Yeah, I think this should stay in the room, and we shouldn't be carrying this through the halls. That seems too risky until we know what this is.
All right, I'll you stay here. I'll go try to find him.
I'll fold over the cover of the book so it's out of sight for the time being.
Okay. As you fold the cover over, the straps snap back down into place and lock.
I just look at Zoramir. That's creepy.
I didn't like that. Hopefully that thing doesn't come out again.
He's right. All right.
All right.
I'll be right back. So we'll lock the door and go out into the hall.
Okay.
Is this a single story building?
I mean, you're in the upper floors. Yeah, there's several rooms. like going and being in a hotel, just several room
Well,
doors
He,
going
he
down.
did say there was nobody here, so I'm just gonna go down and just start knocking on the doors. Grayson, Grayson. Go to
Okay.
the next door.
While you check, Grayson, I've got him doing some rolls for me here.
Grayson.
He doesn't wake up.
You can just say him at this point since he's looking for you.
Lowest one I had was 16.
Okay. Right. Let me type this out. One moment.
Wait, what?
What?
Is he putting his hood on?
Exactly.
Okay. Grayson, as you sit in your room and think about what's going on, you hear slowly coming down the hall. Do, do, do. Grayson? Nope. Dun, dun, dun. Grayson? Nope. And eventually, it's your door. Dum, dum, dum. Grayson?
Take a big old swig.
Okay.
You want me to make another roll?
Yeah.
I get up to the door and like fling it open a lot harder than I thought I was meaning to do.
Whoa, man! I know you're not. I know you're not happy right now, but I think you really need to come see this.
Arlo, make a perception check.
What was Grayson doing in his room all by himself?
Don't worry about
18.
that. 18. You smell alcohol.
Grayson, smell alcohol. Are you sober enough to carry on a conversation?
Well, you know, when called the town drunk, I might as well go with it.
Well, I didn't call you that. I'm just. Can you focus for like 10 minutes?
I'm always focused.
Well,
Arlo.
well, then I think I have something you need to see.
Okay. What?
All right, I don't want to talk about it out here. You need to come to Zoramir's room.
Great. What did he do now?
Nothing. I whispered to him. We opened the book. You just come, follow me. Then you can go back to doing whatever it is that you're doing in your room.
Follow behind. I don't even shut my door. I let it just sit open.
Okay. You follow him down the hall. Arlo opens the door. Zoramir, what are you doing during this?
I'm still drinking as I'm going down the hall.
I am just protecting the book, looking in the room, keeping my eye open for that spirit. Make sure it doesn't come back and attack me. A little on edge because I'm in a room all by myself.
Okay. Roll a wisdom saving throw. for being frightened. I can't remember if I think you get advantage on that or something.
Yes, I do. Natural 20.
Okay. You hold your steel. And eventually Arlo opens the door, comes in with Grayson.
Close
Oh,
the
you
door.
found him.
Yeah. Then I just kind of roll my eyes. If Grayson's behind me, I just kind of roll my eyes a little bit. Grayson, you need to look what's in the book. Tell us that you recognize it.
Should I roll a perception as well?
No need, as I'm walking in. What is the little servant, the master's blah, blah. What are you doing now?
Where's the flask, Grayson?
Don't you worry about where my flask is.
I guess it's probably somewhere where it can get refilled because it must be empty. Anyway, I think you're going to want to see what's in this book. Not sure what it is, but it just feels important. Might want to step back, though. I don't know if it's going to do it again. I'm wanting to take the
What
keys.
did it
and
do the first time?
You'll see if it happens. And I'll take the keys and start unlatching the locks. And once I get to the third one, I'm going to dive back.
Okay. Do you see him kind of reach his hand up and he turns the last one and then he dives down to the ground and kind of covers his head a little bit?
There you go, Grayson. You can open the book.
What did it do last time, Harlow?
A thing came out of it and kind of just talked to us in our head a little bit as it passed through. Nothing bad. Ish.
You opened up the book and something came out and spoke to you.
Well, maybe not really spoke to us. It kind of touched my head with its finger, and I got a little blood in my ear. Nothing bad.
Everybody in this group has lost it.
Came and went in the course of a second or two. In the grand scheme of things, it's nothing.
Yeah. I mean, if you're scared, Grayson, I understand. I'll open the book for you.
I'm not scared. I like to be prepared. And I just kind of flop the book open.
You flop it open and it opens, and when the front cover hits the table, it's a heavier than it should be sounding thud. Just a doof. And there lying, you see a blade guard cut out from within the book.
I'll stand up and pat myself off. Go over to the book and point. That is what is in the book.
Well, that sneaky bastard. I pick up the guard and examine it.
As you pick it up, there's a light glow from behind you. What are you doing?
Looking at this piece. That's what you called me in here for, correct?
Do we all hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing that touched us.
I turn around.
And you, as you turn around, you see it there, floating in the air.
Do I know what this thing is?
It's a ghost. That's a spirit.
I'm just saying with my background, I'm making sure.
What plans do you have? this piece.
Plan. Since you've been with this piece, it seems that somebody is trying to bring back the evil that was once destroyed by this sword.
I am Dungar, once of Uthmalanon. I guarded this piece.
Well, our intentions are to restore the blade to its once great and powerful stature, and use it to destroy this returning evil.
Know this. Only those with pure hearts can wield the blade that was broken.
I understand. The person who used this sword last was one of my ancestors.
Yes. You will need everyone. Keep it safe.
You wouldn't happen to know where any of the other pieces may currently reside. We are at a loss. We have found a few, but we know that evil is out there looking for these as well.
We split all of them and spread them around the island so that evil can't reforge the blade and corrupt it. It is prone to the energy from who wields it, and in the hands of evil, only destruction could be made.
That is what we are trying to avoid.
Would you by any chance know who has some of the other pieces?
It's been so long. I don't know where they would be now. We split them to every corner. The west, the northeast, all over.
We will keep it safe. We're doing everything we can.
I can rest. And with that, the form, ethereal, raises up into the air and fades into the shadows of the room.
Well, gonna say that's part of the shard that you're missing. Safe to say.
Still no real leads on where the rest of them could be.
No.
Give me a second. I lean over.
Perfect.
Because the way I would be in real life, Arlo and Zoramir make a Constitution saving throw.
You jacked up Jeez.
It's okay. It's okay. I didn't get it on any of my clothes.
15.
I'm going down with the boat because I got a 5.
Zoramir, you can't keep it down. You see someone else, Ralph, all over, and you hear each piece splatter on the ground, and there you see pieces of the mutton you guys were eating at the table as you were having and it just, a bit of it gets on your shoe, and I mean, it's everywhere, and you can't even hold it in, just
Chunky.
and Arlo, you're just like and you're looking away toward the wall.
Just gonna kind of turn around and walk away. God,
this is my room.
Not my room here. Oh.
I'm gonna need a new room.
Well, that smells like your bag of meat.
Exactly.
You should like that smell, Zoramir.
Not when it's mixed with Grayson's alcohol and stomach acid.
All right, Biddle.
Anyways, while this is,
we need to get the Twitch chat into our chat. That'd be
my God!
Nobody needs to see what that just was. All right, so while all this is going on, Blaylock and Galtier, you settle into the corner. The people that are left are either too drunk to care, or are asleep, or shuffling about. They're not real concerned with what's going on. What are you guys doing?
I believe I'm reading a book.
Galtier, please finish this. I'm going to spread out my tools, and I'm going to begin. On that's very distracting. I'm going to be.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah.
I'm going to begin on the piece of that I've been working on to try and stop the telepathy. I'm going to continue working on that for a bit, and then once finished, I'm going to begin working on the staff with Leo.
Okay, so there's about 2 hours left of reading. So, are you paying attention to what's being read?
No.
Okay. Galtier, this is what you read. As you begin reading into the last books where Blaylock left off, you learn that for many years there have been several attempts to blend the blood of Varsith into a young dragon to bring back Varsith and his reign. And as you continue reading further, you also learn how there were many rumors of a lich who has taken souls from around everywhere and forged phylacteries in his effort to live forever. And that's the end of the book. That was 2 hours worth of reading.
Wow.
What did he forge?
Phylacteries.
Okay. Can you spell that?
I'll get it to you because I'll post this in the chat later.
Okay.
Blaylock, you fashion what you're fashioning within this 2 hour period, and then Galtier's actually going to finish the book before you're done working on the staff.
Okay.
So, Galtier, what do you want to do? You see Blaylock after you've finished reading. He's got a staff out on the table and he's fiddling with something.
Yep.
Blaylock, I finished the book. If you want me to sum it up, or you can keep working.
I'm almost done. Leo. What is... Leo, pay attention. Now...
What do you mean, pay attention? Oh god.
Oh my god, really?
Wow.
As if it wasn't bad enough.
Now,
I'm right here with you the whole time.
so what DM? What I have is I have the battery, the MVP, and the scope. Correct? And do I have any time in on any of these? I can't remember. It's been so daggum long.
You have the battery is complete, and you don't have any time in on any of the others, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4 other crystals that do or slots for gems that you are not filled.
Really? You have to send me a list of those that aren't. Oh, I acquired but not inserted. I gotta. Yeah, send me a list of those.
I can
So I'm
do
gonna
that.
have to search for those.
So you have the MVP and the scope that are left.
Okay. Do I know what the MVP is?
You haven't really asked Leo about it.
Okay. Leo,
Yep, that's me.
MVP. It's this or the scope that I need to work on. What is this? Now, and I'll point to it. And I'll point to the contraption on the side here. What is the meaning of this?
Oh, that was one of my more favorite things that I never got to finish. The mechanical voltage processor.
Oh. Really?
You're gonna need a few extra things for that. So, you're gonna need a diamond, probably something around 50 gold pieces worth. Not a big one, not a small one. Some wire, and a sizable alexandrite. Probably 500 gold piece sized. It's a big one.
That's a big one. Oh, well, what about the scope?
Oh, that's easy. I can't believe you don't even figure that one out. That
I know
one.
what the scope is. I need to know, do I need anything for it?
Oh, yeah, you'll need 2 diamonds, because how else are you going to be able to look through it and do anything with it? You realize what it's for. Sometimes I think you hang out with that little guy too much.
Which guy?
Okay, which gems am I missing then? Since we're on this kick. Do you have that on hand? If you don't, then don't worry about it.
You are missing emerald, lapis, lazuli, jade, and carnelian.
All right, so I'm gonna have to figure out what gems I have first before I go into that.
Mhm.
So, all right, so I'm just gonna stop the work that I'm doing on it right now, which came to nothing. So I'm going to go to Bartoszek or to Mr. Gothair.
Did I?
You can do work on the scope without the diamonds. That's just you just require those.
I can start working on the barrel then.
Yep.
For the scope. Okay, good. Well, I'll work on that then for the time being.
Okay, roll it up. Intelligence.
Yes. All right, I'm gonna do a little flash of genius on that because it's been so long. That's a 25.
That's a success.
Well, actually, that's plus my. Is it just intelligence flat?
It's just a flat intelligence check. Yep.
Okay.
So whatever your intelligence bonus is.
Yeah. Yeah, so 30 then.
Okay. Plenty. That's a success.
You were a success at 25, so.
I mean, I just had to get away with saying 30. It was nice.
All right. Galtier, you were saying?
Did I hear him talking to Leo about missing gems?
You hear him talking about the gems, yes, but you do not hear Leo.
Okay. Blaylock, first, I finished the book. Do you want a quick summary of what it's about?
Not now.
You're missing gems. I got some in my pockets. Do you need these?
No.
Are you guys on some priority to pick up every homeless person you find on the street?
Not now, Leo.
I don't know. He looks homeless.
I have some gems right now, and I'll take out the gems that I do have. I've got like 11 gems. They still haven't been determined, and then I'll bring out the amethyst that I'm still holding on to. I have these, but I haven't had time to ascertain these, and I'll look at the bag with the gems in there. So here, just hold on to these. I'm almost done. I'm sorry. I'm preoccupied with this scope. It's been so long out here since I've been able to get my hands on this staff and anything other than to whack things with, and it's nice. It's nice to use it as it was intended, right, Leo?
Yeah, I gotta say, you haven't had your hands on me in a long time.
So it has been quite a while. Wait. Leo. Now, here, if you... I'm almost done. How much longer do I have there, DM? Have I finished that work on that?
I mean, you're working on it while he's talking to you. It's been a couple hours. It takes a couple hours.
Yeah. All right. So now that I have finished what I can, tell me, was it worth the effort to cart this book around?
Well, I found out that there have been many attempts to try to blend the blood of Varsith to bring him back,
What?
and that there is a lich who's been taking souls from everywhere to try to live forever.
Yes, this lich. We've encountered one of these phylacteries. It seems, since we were unable to dispose of the lich, that he has procured another. He may even have many. I am not fully aware of how the workings of such dark magic come to fruition, but what I do know is phylacteries are lich-made and are of extreme importance to them.
I'm a
You
little
know?
concerned that they're trying to use blood of a dragon and bring him back by blending it with others.
This is... Gautier, this is a history book. They very well could have already done so.
So that could... Go ahead.
It could be... They could have succeeded.
Doesn't that make it more terrifying?
A bit. All this talk of dragons... It's enough to make my head spin here. Not a year ago, I was more concerned about tiny lizards with one claw coming and ruining our day. Now, dragons? What do you think from all that you've seen so far?
Well, I've only ever fought one dragon before. Usually they're smaller than that. And if all dragons are like that, this is going to be a tough journey.
Yes, we already know of at least 3 that have ties to Broman. The white, the black, and the red. This does not bode well. Where is this dragon that you are able to keep such a keen... you have such a keen ability of tracking it?
I wouldn't say it's a super keen ability, but she's still to our east. A ways off, though.
To our east. Well, are you sure that you're up for continuing this journey with us?
I mean, I have no reason not to be. She can attack me and probably take me out by myself. This might be a little better to stick with people, and you guys are trying to make a sword, right?
You could say that we have been on a mission to collect these pieces for some time. I am still unsure of where this one from the grandfather would be of the king. We have no lead, nothing to go off of other than he went off with no destination. What is that for us to go off of? I suppose we could start in the library and see what we can find there.
Reading up on him wouldn't be a bad idea. Maybe he had a spot he liked to visit.
Maybe. There's got to be something on the habits of this old king. I am, of course, not welcome at the castle any longer.
No, but I think Arlo and I can still go in without too much initiative to talk to the king.
Yes. Maybe you can get some information from him. That he may have been not privy to release with me around.
I mean, I would like to read more about that book, even if he believes it's just fairy tales. It seemed to have a lot of information in it.
True. Look, now I'm gonna pull out the map of Drakenwald.
Okay.
Gauthir. It's right here. My mother is right here, and then I'll point at Lake Starshine.
Okay.
So I'm trying to find a map real quick. She's not too far, but the thing is, I'm not one who likes to attack a tower I don't know anything about. And it sounds like Grayson has family there too.
Yes. And if he has... If he is concerned about assaulting this tower, then I should be. He's more seasoned than I at this sort of endeavor.
I would say he's making not making rash decisions, considering he is trying to get to his family too. But it doesn't do any good if you get yourself captured and can't help.
True. I hope you realize that how tainted our party is. We all have an investment in this that could skew our otherwise rational decision making. We will rely heavily on you, even though we don't know you, and Arlo. I'm afraid even Zoramir has some investiture in this from what has happened to his family and his hometown.
That kind of news can shock somebody pretty bad.
Yes. So even as new as you are to this companionship that we have developed, we will rely on you heavily to bring this insight, someone who is not as invested as we are. If your mother was taken, could you trust every decision you make?
Making decisions to do other things I'm working with, I suppose. But I can understand needing an outside voice of reason.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. I'll start spinning the staff in my hand. Just rolling it between my fingers.
If it got
You just see the image of Leo just like smacking through the table and coming back up and then smacking again.
Sorry, Leo.
Yeah, if you could just not.
Sorry. Habit.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. I still love you. This guy, though, he's homeless.
And he turns at Galtier and just kind of waves at you.
Am I able to see him now? I thought I could only see him once in a while.
You can see him all the time, but you can't hear him.
Should we go and meet and see what the book openers are doing?
I'm just gonna look at Leo before and be like, "Oh, what's he waving at?"
Oh, he thinks highly of you from the short time they've been together.
He likes
Why aren't you a better liar?
You know, eventually you're gonna stop lying to all your friends.
Eventually, maybe you'll become more amenable to outsiders.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna gather up my tools. I'm gonna put on the ring that I've been that I've been working on, and then I'm gonna say we should check on them and see if they have discovered anything from that book.
It's been a while since we've heard from them.
Yes, maybe they are invested in whatever knowledge has come forth from it. I hope there's something that was so well guarded that something worthy has came from it. Some bit of knowledge to help us.
So you head up to the room. Probably what the rest of you, Arlo, Zoramir, and Grayson, what have you been doing the last, we'll say, hour or so?
We're not staying in that room. That's for sure.
No, I quickly made my way out of the room, went to the room next door, and started lockpicking my way into it.
I put the piece in my bag with the other piece. They're both in the bag of holding, by the way.
Okay. So you just cross the hall and pick that lock?
Yep.
Give me a lockpick check.
Why? You know he's gonna get it.
22.
Okay. You unlock the lock. The door opens. And Arlo, you look down at your key and look up at the door and down at your key, and they match.
I shut the door and lock it.
So I'll go over there and unlock the door. Walk in.
Is there anything readable in the book, or was it kind of just destroyed?
No, it was just destroyed. It just from looking at the words that are there, it was there. The book was of no real significance, other than used for hiding something.
Okay.
It was a lot like the other inventory books that you found. That it's just inventory of things that were coming in and out, springs and sprockets, from what you can tell.
All right. Well, then I'm going to go back to my room and see if I can't reach out.
Okay. So Grayson turns, kind of looks at you all, and heads back to his room. Arlo, you're going in with Zoramir?
Yeah. Thanks for opening the door for me.
This is my room. Find your own room.
This is my room. Your room is across the hall with the puke in it.
Nope.
Then I suggest you go find another room, sir.
I'm not going back. I just claimed this. What? I just claimed this room as mine.
This was my room. You picklocked my room. See my key? Shh. Right in the door. It opens and closes.
Possession is most of ownership. Fine. I storm off and I go to the door or the room next door and pick that one.
Thank you.
Or
All
not
right.
be my room.
So you pick the door and go inside, and Arlo closes the door. Blaylock and Galtier, as you arrive at the top of the steps, you see a hallway of doors.
I'll go to the open one.
Okay. You push the door open, and you see on the table a book that's opened up with pages cut out and vomit covering the floors, and no one to be found.
Where did what happened?
Did they have Ben in the book?
I think something happened to them. All there is vomit left, and they are gone. Something is wrong.
Oh no.
So if it's
I think-
across the hall, can I hear that?
I think.
Your door closed,
Hold
and
up,
them inside. Nah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm running. I'm running down the hallway towards the Stagny.
Boom.
Upstairs.
Zoramir,
Dawson.
Grayson, Arlo, where are you? And I'm gonna run out towards the front of the inn.
Been eaten by the book.
All right. All three of you, Zoramir, Grayson, and Arlo, make a perception check. Grayson with disadvantage.
Wow, I am conked out apparently. 12?
I
Okay.
had 18.
You don't hear anything, and you're just kind of settling into the bed that's in the room. Arlo, you hear him going back and forth.
Open the door. Blaylock!
21.
What was that?
21 for Grayson.
Oh, dang.
You're drunk and you're still the most perceptible.
Yeah.
I rolled a 19, natural 19 and a natural 13, but I get a +8.
So you hear them in the hallway.
I don't do anything. Blaylock. Take a swig.
Rebel.
I'll open the door, yell for him.
So you see Arlo comes out and yells at you, Blaylock.
Over here! Shh!
Do I hear him?
Come.
Do I hear him?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, where are you?
Down the hall. Just
What?
come to the voice.
And I'll look behind me.
You see
Oh.
his head peeking out.
Well, I saw him. What happened?
Come in here. Come. Before you cave in the floor from running up and down the hall.
I thought something happened to you.
Well, things did, but we're all fine.
Well, what was in that book to cause such devastation in there?
Well, what do you mean by devastation?
There's an open book. And
Oh,
vomit
yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah. So the book had a shard in it.
What?
It had the blade guard.
Oh, why?
Yeah. I told you it was rattling when I picked it up. So yeah, we opened it up in this spirit. You wouldn't believe who it was.
What? We were holding on to the guard the entire time.
Yes.
Someone
Probably should open this stuff earlier, don't you think?
Someone is playing a cruel joke on us. Whatever gods are out there are
So
cruel indeed.
So I'll relay everything about the book and the spirit, with Dungar in it, and then I'll be like,
Dungar, you
Yeah.
spoke with the
he is
king.
now released. He was a spirit guarding it.
We were sitting
It's
on
probably in the chat.
the grandfather of the king
Yes.
and the blade guard the entire time.
Yes. So we really probably should tell the king about Dungar.
That is good. I don't think I am welcome there.
No, I agree. I don't think you should go there. He's not very fond of you right now.
More of a malady of the blood that I carry within my veins.
Yeah. The puke, well, your buddy Grayson, he's been drinking all night. And so he got sick on the floor, and then Zoramir, well, he followed suit. And so that's where all that is. And so it smells over there really bad.
Hold on a minute, and then I'll go over to the room and I'll use prestidigitation and remove the vomit.
Okay.
Just clean that. Gone.
That's prestidigitation, baby.
Yep. So, you see it lift up from the floor and then just dissipate into the air.
Globule.
Yeah, it just.
Make the vomit go back where it came from. Really make Zoramir sick.
Galtier, while this is all going on, what are you doing?
I imagine I heard everything that they said, and I told Rob that I could go talk to the king, as him and I didn't have any issues with him. Zoramir might want to meet the guy who pardoned him, and depending on how Grayson's gonna be, he may or may not be a good choice to also go see the king again.
So you're just talking with Arlo?
Yeah.
Okay. You're with... Okay. Zoramir, what are you doing?
I am going to drink some acid and eat some meat.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna relish in the privacy of my own room, dig that stuff out of my bag, and throw it back.
All right.
Zoramir's in the next room.
Do we want to wake him, or are we?
Aim to hell.
You take 20 points of acid damage as you choke it down.
And then I'm gonna go sit in the corner of the room, rubbing my throat at the throbbing pain of the acid as I pull out.
Does it burn? Do you feel the pain?
Yeah, why does it hurt so much more now?
My power grows within you.
What within me?
My power.
I can't understand what you're saying.
Is that Harker going to be a problem?
No, he's not. He's not gonna be a problem at all. He's a good guy. Trust me.
How am I to trust you?
How are you to trust me? You are me. I've kept you alive and safe so far. I've been feeding you. Have I not gained your trust already?
Do you not think, in a moment's notice, he would tear me from you if he knew.
No, he's more understanding than that. You don't know him like I do.
Never trust one like him.
What do you know of Varsith?
My brother. Varsith.
Your brother?
Yes. Much older than me.
I didn't realize you could be brothers with a red dragon.
You do not understand. You still cannot understand.
How did you become separated?
A dragon does not stay in its clutch for long. We survive. We grow. We consume.
What do you consume?
Everything.
Like this meat and acid that you feed on so willingly?
It helps our bond grow.
What is your plan with me? Can you tell me any more? Why? I can feel you getting stronger, but why?
You are the chosen vessel.
The chosen vessel. What is the chosen for? What purpose?
You should know. Your family would know.
My family would know. Why would my family know?
I must rest.
Wait, I'm not done with you.
We will
questions.
speak more later.
I have more questions.
And it grows silent.
My family would know. Why would my family know?
And while that's occurring, Blaylock, Arlo, Galtier, you guys heading to bed, or?
I'm gonna pick up the empty book.
Okay. As you pick it up and the cover closes, the straps.
That could be useful. Are the keys still lying around?
Are they, Arlo?
No.
Interesting. I'm gonna take the book and then I'll hold on to it.
Okay.
Well, you got a long day tomorrow.
Wait, is Arlo there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm staying right here.
Oh. Arlo. Where are the keys?
I have them.
Well, may I have them?
Oh, well, you didn't ask, but sure.
Well,
yeah.
I'm asking. I would like the keys.
Yeah, here, there.
Thank you. I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna lock the book.
Okay, it's locked as it is.
It's locked?
Yeah.
So, well, I know, but if I use the keys to lock the book, that means it can't be open again, right?
I think when it closes, it locks.
It locks itself
Yeah,
back.
it locks when it closes.
You have to unlock it every time
Mm-hmm.
with the keys? Okay, good. This could be useful. a self-locking book with a hidden cavity. Very useful indeed. Thank you. And I'll take the keys in the book. Should
Okay.
make sure not to lock the keys in the book. That would be bad. Yes. And then I'll put it in my bag as I keep mumbling to myself.
All right.
I am going to head to bed. This is enough for one day. Talking dead kings. Talking live kings.
I agree. It is getting late.
Vomiting Graysons.
Cleaning up Grayson's vomiting drunks.
Grumpy
Right.
vomiting Graysons.
All right.
Yes, I'm gonna head to bed.
So Arlo heads to his room. Blaylock heads to his room. Galtier, are you heading to your room?
Yep.
You head to your room, and as you open the door, a halfling sits in the corner. And it sounds like he just finished talking to himself.
Zoramir, the hell are you doing in my room?
My room.
I'm pretty sure I got the key to this room.
Why do you guys all have keys to these rooms? I'll just pick up my stuff and storm past them.
Okay.
Was your the room with all the puke in it?
Yeah, you can blame Grayson for that.
Yeah, Blaylock cleaned that up for you.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, him and his magic.
You're welcome.
I don't think you're
Blaylock.
actually near me, Blaylock, but I think you're already in your room.
Disregard.
You just hear a thank you from coming down the hall. You're welcome going down the hall.
I'll just shout down the hall. Thank you, Blaylock. I'll go into the hall, take a peek into my room.
It's
Oh,
clean.
look at that. Okay, I guess I'll stay in my room tonight then. All
Who
right,
did you guess?
all right, Galtier, you can have your room back. I'll
Okay.
see you in the morning.
Who are you
Alright.
talking to?
I was just mumbling to myself. There's a lot of stuff that's happened, a lot to think over.
It seems like you guys always mumble to yourselves.
We're a mumbling group. What can I say?
Zoramir, roll a deception. Galtier, roll an insight.
12.
17.
Galtier, something's off with what he's telling you. You feel like you don't know him very well, but you're pretty sure he's lying to you.
Okay. I'm not going to say anything to him about
Okay.
that, though.
All right.
Like, well, have a good night.
Have a good night. I kind of say distractedly.
Grayson,
And
what are you doing?
Well, if I haven't passed out, I'm still just kind of meditating.
What are you meditating on?
Trying to see if my ancestor will come back.
Right. Roll a D100, and because of the drunkenness with disadvantage.
Okay. Well, look at that. They're both in the 40s.
Jesus.
D100.
Yeah.
That's true. I was thinking you had the adding to it.
No.
What was it?
43.
Okay. You sit there and think about everything with your ancestors and try to reach out to them to make a contact, a bond, and end up just kind of falling over to the side, passing out on the bed. As all of you fall into rest of the evening, and the morning comes, and Grayson, I need you to roll a d6.
5.
A 5?
Yep.
You're still asleep.
Mhm.
As everyone else wakes up. And you all kind of collect down at the table in the morning. Minus a Grayson.
Where's Grayson at?
Well, if it's anything like we seen last night, he's probably still sleeping.
Turn to Blaylock and Zoramir. You guys know him better than I do. Should we go get him or let him sleep longer?
He's probably going to be grumpy either way.
Best not to wake him yet. Let him get up on his own accord.
Okay.
That
And
way he
real
can-
quick, Chris,
Mhm.
can I have crafted 2 of my mutagens during the...
Sure. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Always.
Just wanted to let you know I crafted some.
Can I hone my blade from last night?
Sorry, I didn't mean to start anything.
No, I was. Yeah, you went right into the night. I was like, oh wait, okay, I guess I'm going to sleep.
Well, it was pretty late, so if you want to stay
Oh,
up,
okay.
you won't be
No,
getting a
no.
full rest. His is a little different. It doesn't take that long.
I'm just giving you a hard time, DM.
No, it's fine. It's a fair question. Okay. What do you guys want to do?
So, Goter, you said something last night about us needing to maybe go see the king.
Well, with what you guys found in that book, and then I still want to know what's in the book he showed us. It might be worth a visit. However, I know at the moment Blaylock has, and he's not the most welcomed person.
Yeah, I think we could go talk to him and see if he'll give an audience to us. What?
And normally I would say we should take the book, but I feel like Blaylock wants it, and I have a feeling the king may want to keep it if he believes our story.
Well, I mean, if we tell him everything that we know now, maybe he might let us have it, or at least borrow it.
Sorry, I was referencing the book that Blaylock has that has the locks on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I think we should just leave Blaylock to that book. And if he needs proof, we'll have to come back and talk to Blaylock real quick.
Okay.
And Blaylock, you mentioned last night that you wanted to go to the library to see if you could read anything up on the king's grandpa.
Well, since we have clearly found what has happened to what the grandfather possessed, that becomes moot.
Okay.
We may have found everything that we need here, except maybe some peace, which would be advantageous. We may need to wake the beast up down the hall.
Since you guys are getting along so well, maybe you should go get him up. Maybe hug it out.
I think his favorite person Z should go.
No. No, that last time I opened the door, surprising Grayson, I ended up very hurt.
What did you do to get hurt?
Maybe wasn't the best circumstances to surprise Grayson, but nevertheless, I don't want to go through that again.
Fine, I'll go get him.
No. I will get him. I need to talk to him anyway. I'll go down the hallway. If I'm not back in 5 minutes, the worst has happened.
We'll look for smoke.
Look for something. Maybe listen for the crack of a whip.
Just don't stick your nose in the door.
Oh, that'd be difficult. And I'll point at my slightly enlarged snout.
Lately.
Yeah, slightly, just a little.
All right. So you head down the hall. You weren't upstairs to find Grayson's room, so how do you want to
To
find
knock on
Grayson?
all the doors.
Well, I know which ones are everybody else's. So.
Yep. You can knock on the others that aren't there.
I will begin the process of knocking on doors until I find Grayson's.
Right. Grayson, roll a perception check.
19.
Okay. You hear the knocking on the doors coming down the hallway and getting closer and closer to your door until it eventually is on your door.
Grayson.
It's open.
Grayson, how are you feeling?
I'm alive.
Good. Well, I may have spoke out of turn yesterday. I hope that my words did not cause you any ill will towards me. I may have been... I'm sorry, Grayson. I should not have called you the town drunk. You've told me before that you don't care for that term.
You know, Blaylock, when we met, I was hired on to do a job. And that job was to guide you through the dead spokes. Only because I had the experience, and only because I survived it. Now we share the same end goal. And yet I still feel that anytime I say anything, I'm considered hired help. Zoramir constantly reminds me that I'm getting paid to do a job. Now we have two other people that have taken up as hired help. And I still feel that that is all we are. We are tools. Just so you know, I haven't taken a dime from you in the last 2 months.
I was unaware of that. Well, please don't hesitate to make sure you are compensated. But the time has long since passed where I considered you hired help. And we are of a shared goal. We would not say kin so much, but because of what has transpired and our bond helps us to achieve what it is that which we seek. Grayson, I don't know what to feel after everything that keeps occurring. I am meeting new colleagues and friends and losing them just as quickly. I'm hearing voices from what I perceive to be my mother, and it seems I am being deceived. This tears at a man.
I understand that. Now that we know where the tower is, do you not think that I don't feel the urge to go?
The pull is strong.
But the difference between the two is my training tells us tactically that is not the wisest of decisions right now. If he can really feel where you are, going to him or anywhere close to him probably isn't the best of ideas. Not until we're prepared. We've already got one foolish one in the party. After advice, after advice, after advice, it does not seem that Zoramir gets it. And now that we know that his family has been all but annihilated, I would have thought that maybe he would be more serious, but it seems he's more secretive now than ever. I mean, he doesn't even take his hood off most times.
I haven't seen him with that hood off in some days, almost a week now. He keeps withdrawing into himself. This cannot be healthy.
I would agree. And the actions he took in the caves, that was very reckless. He literally brought the enemy straight at us and then didn't even warn us. I don't know. Arlo
He
seems
is not trained in the way that you are.
Which I understand.
Self-preservation more than anything.
But things like that are what is going to get us killed. In the days that come.
I couldn't bear the loss of another. It's
Arlo
hard to even
seems
open up to those like Arlo and Gothier.
Well, we've already seen Arlo take a punishment. And get back up. Gaultier, we've just met, but
his intentions
seems to be
seem true, but he's very he's a mystery yet to be unfolded.
But you and I are the book learned. When I bring something up, it's because I'm concerned. I'm not trying to argue with you. And I don't think you seem to understand that.
I spoke without thought yesterday. Your assessment of my actions of weeks prior and yesterday were accurate. I have been distracted. But I think I may have found a solution. And then I'll hold up my hand and I'll show him the ring. It's just a what looks to be just a plain copper ring. This I have fashioned of a sense. Notice the scrawlings on here. These these drawings of the gears, this will actually prevent those from speaking to me telepathically. I'm afraid I must waste resources to keep this active, else I be influenced by whatever is contacting me.
Understandable.
Hmm.
Just know that I am not here for conflict.
Hmm.
Our main goals are the same. Hopefully we can save your mother and my family.
Hmm.
And in the process not get killed.
That
But
seems too good to be true. Or possible.
true enough.
Hmm.
But if I was going to go down dying, at least I'd be fighting by somebody's side that has my back. And I reach out, put my hand out.
Your weirds. I'll hold out my hand. These. Wow, Grayson, thank you.
Now let's go down there and tell them what we need to do next.
Have we decided?
They don't need to know that.
And let's go.
All right. So together, you head out to meet the rest. They're all sitting around the table as Blaylock and Grayson come. You half expect to see tension or have heard yelling or something as they walk up to the table.
Turn on the cape of billowing.
Well, I see.
Where's the wind coming from?
And as you're walking, and you activate the cape of billowing, it billows right into Grayson's face, and it's just like just flapping right there.
Kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop. I see you are still in one piece. Blaylock.
True. We have come to an agreement.
Agreement?
Our goal is to seek out the rest of the shards. Grayson, what are your thoughts of heading back to Portstown?
Well, I would definitely like to get the piece back from your friend Scar. That way we have all the pieces that we have in one spot. From Portstown, I suggest that we at least try to go back to Cape's Vassal to get the final piece. Not saying that he'll give it up to you. Not saying it's still there. But at least it's a plan.
I am concerned about what has happened at Cape's Vassal, but from what I recall of the magistrate and his companion, they can handle themselves.
Hopefully they were able to safeguard the piece. But at least going back there, you'll know, well, it'll give us more information on what's going on. If the town is still there, Hopefully. I would hope. Who wants to take a stroll through the docks? Somebody would have had to have known if something happened to Cape Vassal. It is a trading port.
Depends on how recent it was. I'd imagine it's a few days' journey to get here.
This is a small, rather small island. It wouldn't take more than a day or two. I wouldn't think. But I mean, if something happened to one of the 3 industrial ports, news like that would spread quickly, I would believe.
Yes. Maybe the information we gather will help us to focus our efforts.
And you 3, what are you doing this morning?
Now we talked about going to the king to let him know about the book that you guys opened up last night and to try to find out some more information from the book he read to us the other night.
I wasn't there. Do you think there's much more information we can obtain from that?
It was a decent sized book that he read like 4 pages of.
Do you think that the king would be pleased with us keeping the guard?
He didn't seem like he wanted it. I did
Yeah.
mention it when we spoke to him, that we were searching for it. He was more interested in what might have happened to his grandfather.
We don't have to tell him that the guard was in the book. I think someone of him would just be happy to know what happened to his grandfather.
Did you see the king's eyes? He had the gist of what we were about the moment he saw us. That was a wise king.
Very much so.
So be
I don't-
careful.
I don't believe that he would stop us in our endeavors.
He could
Well,
potentially become an ally.
It would be beneficial to have another ally if things come down to it. We already know that the elves are in our debt and are willing to help us. The dwarves on our side would probably do even more. From what we've been told and what we've read, it took a lot of lives to put an end to that calamity.
It may very well take the combined efforts of the dwarves and the elves and
There's another
Port
reason we
Town.
need to speak to the gnolls.
Yes.
They could be quite the ally as well, and you already have a friend in the midst of that.
Three dragons that we know of have allied with Roman Karth.
They all alive?
One is, and if what the reminder you brought forth yesterday about the armor, they are trying to bring back another.
And if they can bring back one, what is to stop them from bringing back a second?
Could you imagine if white and red and black all on the side of Roman Karth?
That'd be horrible. Especially
We
if
wouldn't stand a chance.
Would the white dragon not counteract some of this? Oh, never mind. Wait, Lystra. Ignore that.
Arlo,
Got
is
Blaylock.
Does this affect you or your kin in any way?
The only thing was part of the book that letter that said that about the mines at my home. I that so far that's the only connection that I have to any of this. And I was so young, I don't know anything really about the mines, but except that it was gems and jewelry and stuff like that. But I don't know these names.
No, but that does bring up the fact that craft was brought up numerous times as well. And if he is working, maybe not so much for Broman, but with Broman, that does not bode well either.
No. Gautier. Please tell those who were not here before of what you've discovered in the remainder of that book.
I was just getting ready to. The
Good
book
man.
talked about multiple attempts to blend the blood of Varsith with others to bring him back. And it also mentioned that there was a lich who sacrificed souls from everywhere to try to become immortal.
I still believe that this lich is Broman Koth.
Signs are pointing that way.
Makes sense to me.
An unholy pact for a wizard to claim immortality.
Takes one down a dark path, does it not?
Just the evil and hatred one must have to even become a lich is enough that I have no issues putting him down.
I am unfamiliar with the nuances of becoming a lich. It is not something often discussed during my training.
Because most don't survive the process. You have to be of a certain mindset. The pain you must endure, the pain you must cause. It is not exactly the greatest bedtime story of all.
Not nearly as good of a bedtime story as the pirates.
The pirates of your ancestors that you knew nothing about?
Pirates of my ancestors.
Has information of the pirates come to the forefront of your mind, Zoramir? Before, you seemed like you didn't know much of these tales.
We were told them as bedtime stories. That's about it. Not much great detail.
Well, maybe one day you can tell me of these bedtime stories, and we can suss out truth from fiction.
Last I checked, we have 3 more nights in this inn.
You're welcome to come in my room, Blaylock, as long as you don't puke everywhere.
I've had enough of cleaning up vomit. Well.
Puke? Who puked? I puked?
Got blackout drunk last night.
I didn't puke.
Oh, yes, you did.
Yes, you did.
You've seen me drink.
A lot.
I don't get that bad.
There was a lot of chunks.
All over my floor.
It was bad. Grayson. But you're better now. That's good.
We also need to talk to the king about looking at those collector's books.
That is something we
mean-
need to talk about. My question would be, do we want to ask him to borrow the books or have him put somewhere that Blaylock can get to, since he
I
doesn't
would
seem to want to be
suggest that.
around him?
Best
Well,
not
the
to
king did say
include
it
me
wasn't
in
so
this
much us being
conversation.
in the city. It was just he didn't want to be around
Yeah,
Blaylock himself. So I would probably bring up the fact that we need to maybe see what items were taken or replaced, and if they had any kind of magical properties to them.
is the museum on the way to the castle?
Yes.
So we could always stop at the museum to see what's become of it before. Maybe they've already had guards there arrested people.
Yeah. Is anybody talking this morning? I mean, a king arresting an entire organization of people.
I mean, where you're at, it's such a small place. People don't really gather there. Mainly, it's the people who stayed there in the inn. If they would be talking, it'd be out on the street or in the other tavern.
Okay. Yes, I would think there'd be more bustle and busyness,
You'd think, unless the king hasn't made his move yet.
which could be. I would agree, walking by there to see if anything has happened wouldn't be a bad idea.
Maybe keep our distance in case the king hasn't struck yet, and that assistant sees us again.
We could just send
See that he had
Zoramir
no-
in.
Knowledge of what we were trying to do last night. So he may be clueless as to what we were doing.
That could fully well be the case, or he could just be really good at hiding it.
That's true. Either way, I do suggest one of us go to the docks and ask some questions.
Since I am not welcome at the castle, I will go.
See if you can find Hisk down there for me. Tell him still interested in the ring if he's looking to sell it.
Mm.
And he probably still has a bolt with your name on it.
I will, of course, do that.
All right. So Blaylock's heading to the docks. Where's everyone else heading?
Sounds like we're swinging by the museum and then gonna go to try to see the king again.
Okay. All the rest of you.
Before Blaylock leaves, Stone Splitter. There was the axe, right? That we found down there.
You've turned them all in except for one, I think.
Yeah, for Hunkle.
Who is the dwarf that usually makes the run to Portstown?
Yeah, the sailor.
Yep.
But I'm just saying it was an axe, right?
I believe so.
Okay. If you happen to see Hunkle down there, please return his ancestors' property. I'm sure he will be as grateful as the rest of them that we've recovered.
Yes. And before I forget, here,
It was a short sword, by the way.
Sure.
Not an axe.
Okay.
Galtier. Galtier, do you have any bracers?
No, not that I know of. I guess I have like a ring and then my normal swords.
Is the ring magical?
It is.
Do you have something non-magical on you?
I mean, most of I only have one ring and the one sword are magical, and that's it. Or require attunement, I should say. Sorry.
I don't care about attunement.
No, he wants to. He wants
I'm
to
good.
give you a gift.
Yeah, I
But
want.
it has to be on a non-magical item.
It has to be. Well, it doesn't say it has to be a non-magical. I don't think so. But
I
So
don't think a magical item can have two
I
properties.
don't think so either.
to it.
Yeah.
I imagine the ring is magical, considering it gives temporary health.
Yeah, I would assume that would be magical.
But Heart Piercer doesn't. My one sword doesn't. Oh yeah, it is a magic weapon. Yeah.
Here, take this hat. I'm gonna give him my fancy hat. And
Oh,
then
the
I'm going
fancy
to-
hat. Yep.
Yeah. I'm just don't lose this. I like this hat. And I'm going to use my magic storing ability, and I'm going to store Identify into that. So you have 10 charges of Identify in there until I say otherwise.
Okay.
Okay. Please do what you can if you have time to fight, to discover what those gems are, and anything else that we have found that you may be in possession.
Okay, because I know I have 3 gems for you, and last night you said hold these for your bag of gems.
I gave you. I technically gave you 12, but I already know what one is.
Okay.
Okay, and here, and I'm gonna give him the 2 vials that I still have that are unidentified.
Okay.
Good luck trying to find those, DM. And
Unidentified liquid.
unidentified item or
Those came from the Dragon Horde. I know exactly what they are.
yeah. And please see what you can discover about this.
So I now have 15 total gems, of which you know 1.
I know one amethyst worth 100 gold.
Can I hold all this? Those gems I thought were heavy.
Yes, there's no encumbrance.
No, don't worry about encumbrance. And there was only 12 total gems altogether. So
Oh, okay. So I have 12 total.
no, you have 11 because 1 went to Hisk.
The black one.
Got it.
The jet.
Yeah. So what? No, but we're getting our gems. I've been holding on to 100 gold. Amethyst.
Yeah, you've had a couple other ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah.
1 amethyst.
Yep.
100 GP. Got it.
Okay. We'll take care of this afterward. But yeah. So, please, if you have time, please help me to identify these and anything else we may need. This will be quicker than casting a ritual, where that takes time, lots of time, in which we don't have. Thank you.
No problem. I'm gonna put the fancy hat on.
Yes, don't lose my hat.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to start heading towards the dock.
Okay. The rest of you going to head toward the museum?
Yep. Yeah.
All right. Laylock. You head outside. There seems to be a little bit buzz of commotion down toward the castle. People looking down the street and such, but you pass by them with no mind. Out the big gate and around down to the docks. Is there anyone in particular that you're looking for?
Well, I'm looking for this Hunkle Stone Splitter so I can hand him back his family heirloom.
Okay.
Is he by the dock?
At the moment, he is not. He was out on a run.
Okay.
So at least you don't see him currently.
All right. Well, then I'm going to look for Hisk.
Okay. You You don't see Hisk around. You do see a familiar older man that was at the docks once before. No.
No.
They all one leg.
He has a wooden leg that goes down into a shoe and some tattered clothing and stringy hair going down the side and about 3 teeth, and then it's kind of bald on top.
Hey, hello. How are you?
Well, color me cinnamon.
Well, not sure how to color you, Cinnamon. However, I am looking for information if you have it, and I'll hand him a silver.
And he takes it and with a tooth, he bites into it, and you can see the tooth like move out as he bites into it.
Oh, God.
And he takes it out. That right there, that's a fresh coin. That's well, thank you. I'll be jiggling like I don't know, like fat on the back of a cattle.
Well, that's a disturbing image, if I do say so.
I thought you'd like that one. How can I help you?
You're as clever as they get. I'm
Thank you.
looking for information from hopefully you have heard of what has happened in these ports along Drakenswald. Are you one privy to these tales from the sailors that come to port?
And he kind of hops up on a barrel that's sitting there and rests against his back against a crate. For the money you just handed out to me, I got some stories for you.
Particular, have you heard anything from Cape's Vassal?
Cape's Vassal? Well, I do see, there's been some rumors on the wind, but I know Captain Wren is headed that way soon.
Really? Wren?
Wren, yeah. And he kind of leans forward a little bit and points a finger, and the finger is crooked off to the left at a rather tall gentleman. He's got a white tunic on. It's kind of opened in the front, his chest hair kind of popping out. He's got long black hair tied back into a ponytail, just working a ship there.
Excellent. I will seek him out, friend. Thank you. What about Portstown? Have you heard anything from Portstown?
Well, I tell you, I sit here all day. I don't do much of anything but listen to the ins and outs. I really like the seagulls. When the seagulls come in, do you know what a seagull sounds like? It sounds like, rah! Rah! But you know.
Excellent impression of a seagull.
I like to think so. I hear a lot of them.
You must, to have such an accurate representation of
Yeah.
a seagull.
Anyways, Uncle should be on his way back from Portstown as it is. But no stories. I hear that new mayor there. He's keeping things in tip-top shape. They said it's almost like an academy there now.
Oh, good. Thank you. You haven't, by chance, heard anything about any angry fish around here?
Angry fish? You betcha! They jump up at the sailors biting fingers off. They're furry, too. I kind of want to eat one. Oh, cinnamon and gravy, it would be delicious.
A hairy fish. I would not advise eating a hairy fish.
Oh, I don't know. Something tells me that as you're biting into it, it kind of flosses your teeth.
Hmm. Be careful. Be careful, old man. Thank you.
Yeah, you have a right nice day now. If you ever need anything else, One Leg here to help.
Well, and you as well.
Yeah,
Stay away from the fish.
you go ahead and move on out of here.
I'm tempted to use the gust of wind spell on him.
Do it.
Ooh. I'll start making my way over to Mr. Rin.
All right. You see, a pretty sizable ship there, and across the bow you can see the words carved into it, the Wayward Fog. Men are loading up the ship with supplies, and he's there directing things. Now that you're a little closer, you can see he's got kind of like a 5 o'clock shadow and very much fills that pirate-looking stereotype.
Wayward Fog, you said?
The Wayward Fog, yep.
I'll be back, guys.
Yep.
All right.
Captain. I'll try and get his attention.
Yeah. How can I be of assistance?
Well, I hear that you have traveled to and fro from the town of Cape's Vessel.
I travel where the wind takes me. Yes, was back from there. Wasn't long ago. A few days. Last trip was there. Getting ready to head back.
How fares it in Cape's Vessel?
Oh, you know Cape's Vessel if you've been there. Bustling town, lots of people.
Anything of note? Out of the ordinary?
The typical vassal. They're dealing with orcs, and it's been quite some time since they were assaulted and the walls were brought down, but seems everything was quite well.
How long will you be in port?
We leave in the morning.
In the morning. If by chance I have a party of 5, how much would it take to transport us down to Cape's Vessel?
Party of 5. It should take us a few days to get there. Bring in your own food and supplies.
Of course.
Shouldn't be more than 5 gold apiece for passage.
What if we were to work while we were on the ship?
Any man carries his own weight. Passage for free. One of my team, treated equally.
Excellent. Well, I will hopefully see you before the morning, and if the offer still stands, I may seek this transport that you offer.
Sounds good. Happy to be of assistance if you need transport down that way.
This is fortuitous. Thank you. Thank you, Captain Wren. I hope to see you soon.
And he nods at you and turns. No, it doesn't go there. So hard to find good help.
Okay, I'm gonna start making my way back.
Okay. The rest of you work your way down toward the museum, and you can see a bustle of activity. There's dwarves and folks everywhere watching as crate after crate is getting pulled out of the museum. You can see guards everywhere It's quite the center of activity at the moment. As you approach and see all this, you look down and see workers, including Rock, bound and setting along the wall in a line. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Even
So-
the cat's happy.
All right. Thank you all for hanging out with us tonight. We really appreciate it. For those,
Didn't have any problems.
no problems. Yeah, good session. Fantastic job, guys. Way to really drive.
It
Again,
was a good session.
It was. Thank you all to those that came out to support us. We hope to see you next week, 7:00. If you'd like to catch up, you can find us on 70 Dungeons on YouTube. And we are also on Spotify and your other 7 other different podcasts that are out there. If you'd like to catch up on some of those older episodes, first few are a little rough, but we get better, I promise. Until then, we will see you next week.
Peace.
Yeah. Have a good day, everyone.